Welcome to the big show.
You know, the World Baseball League, at its core, it's real baseball. We want everyone to be a fan of baseball and be a fan of the experience that you would have at a World Baseball League game. We also want to give people who play baseball competitively, whether at the college level or at the pro level in the minor leagues, an opportunity to play again. I'm Gaines Johnson. I'm the president of the World Baseball League. I founded the World Baseball League on June 23rd of 2024. And, that was when the idea really came to me. But ultimately, it's something that has been sort of brewing in me for my entire life. I grew up loving baseball, being a huge Texas Rangers fan, played baseball all the way up through high school, and have remained a huge fan. I've been to 23 Major League Baseball stadiums. I've been to probably 50 plus minor league stadiums. My first job when I was 14 years old, I was a parking lot attendant for the Tennessee Smokies. So I couldn't drive a car, but I was directing traffic at a baseball stadium. And I've been lucky enough throughout my career to kind of touch baseball in different ways and have just always been really passionate about sports. Spent some time building sort of the hospitality strategy for the Olympics, the Paris 24 Olympics, as well as Milan and LA.
We are live from the 2024 Paris Olympics, announcing the start of the World Baseball League. I was planning to go to the game at Rickwood Field, the Field of Dreams game, literally the day of the celebrity softball game. I get on the plane from Atlanta to Birmingham, and the guy sitting next to me is decked out in National Baseball Hall of Fame stuff. I say to him, "So what's your role in the game?" And he says, "Well, I kind of buried the lead, and Willie Mays had died the day before. So for the first time ever, his plaque was leaving the Hall of Fame, and it was actually in the overhead compartment in a sort of metal briefcase, and it was making its way to Rickwood Field, which Willie Mays grew up only blocks away. So it was really kind of an amazing and sort of emotional experience for me. And after going to the celebrity softball game and the Cardinals-Giants game the next day, I left the park on that Thursday thinking we need to bring baseball back to Rickwood Field. Over the course of the next few days, sort of realized that this wasn't something that needed to just be done in Birmingham and at Rickwood, but actually needed to be done all across the US and then ultimately around the world. And so 3 months or so have really been working on getting different things together to make sure that we are set up for success to bring baseball to the United States and smaller towns and sort of mid-market cities around the country, because baseball is something that people need in their lives. You don't meet many people that say, "I hate going to baseball games." Even if you're not a huge fan, people enjoy the experience of going to the ballpark. Whether it's evoking emotion from childhood or whatever, there's something special about it. And I think, frankly, our world will be better if there's more baseball in it. That's sort of the spirit of the World Baseball League. This is James. This is our newest recruit for the World Baseball League. He just told me that he could hit a baseball 400 feet.
I don't know about that one.
That's what you told me.
I said softball.
That's okay. That's a little different. We're just out here at my alma mater, Sanford University, throwing around the baseball today. It's late fall. We gotta work on our game for the spring. They always say you gotta get out and throw the ball around year-round, keep the arm loose.
So, question for you. How do players reach out to join teams?
Right now, as we're forming teams, a lot of it can be grassroots. So if you're in a community and you have a group of guys that wants to be on a World Baseball League team, bring them together. They can reach out to us via email. We'll put the outreach email at the link at the bottom of the page. Folks can shoot us an email and tell us they're interested in forming a team. These are going to be true franchises. The league will not own the teams.
Okay.
Which is different than the way other professional sports leagues have formed over the course of the past. We can get you started in the rules and all that kind of stuff on how things are going to be different. We'll send somebody out to kind of coach you up on both the baseball side and the business side. That person for now will probably be me.
The World Baseball League At its core, it's real baseball. But there are a number of elements that we're really trying to make sure that we capture. One, we want everyone to be a fan of baseball and be a fan of the experience that you would have at a World Baseball League game. So high levels of entertainment and sort of fusing baseball with music and the arts and dancing and theater and comedy and like all these things that I love and sort of grew up doing and even do now to some degree. We want to make it entertaining for everyone. And I think the other thing that's really important about it is we want to make it affordable for families and a great value. So we want to make this super family friendly where, you know, folks don't just want to come to one game, but want to come to multiple. And it really becomes a part of, you know, a part of the community and bringing communities together around baseball.
The field is gorgeous itself. It's not just that it's the oldest baseball field in the country and in the world. It's that, you know, we want to bring vibrancy and life back to this community. When they opened Rickwood Field in 1910, it was August 18th, 1910. It was such a big deal in the city of Birmingham that all the businesses in Birmingham closed down. I think that's pretty cool. Like, I don't know when else you would have like people closing down businesses to go to a baseball game, but it's pretty cool. You can see they have the lineups from the Field of Dreams games, the San Francisco Giants. Actually, interestingly enough, even though I've been to 23 Major League Baseball stadiums, I've never spent a lot of time in San Francisco, but I've never been to a game in San Francisco, and I've never been to a game in St. Louis, which is kind of crazy that those are two of the ones that I missed, but I've seen both of those teams play here. And, you know, as I was leaving that game, I was like, man, there's something to this that needs to happen here. I came to the celebrity game on the Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
And then I came to the Giants-Cardinals game after that, and I was like, man, we need to be playing more baseball here. It's really powerful when you walk into these historic stadiums and you see, you know, the actual field where...
See 8 teams in the American League and 8 in the National.
I know, and it's, you know, I mean, the fact that Babe Ruth played here and Willie played here and Satchel Paige and Jackie Robinson.
Satchel Paige threw his first professional pitch off the
What? That's insane.
You know, I mean, I think the World Baseball League and sort of where my heart is, like, I love people. You know, what is really important to me and is really important to everybody who's working on the World Baseball League is the impact that we have on people's lives. And it can be as simple as, like, you come to a game and you have a good time, right? Like, that brings positivity and joy and all of those things. To as big as, you know, how do we help people who are homeless find housing, to how do we employ people in communities where there aren't enough jobs so that they have an opportunity and they have a purpose and have an opportunity that they wouldn't otherwise have, I think is really important. And we've got all kinds of sort of education initiatives and ways to connect statistics back to baseball and connect reading back to baseball and like all of these important history back to baseball. You know, I mean, these are all things that as an educator, I'm constantly thinking about how do we, you know, impact the lives of kids, not just coming to the game and like having a great time, but also how do we connect this thing that they're gonna love to things that are going to help them prosper long term. And it's something that's going to be at the forefront for the World Baseball League. And I think that that's super important.